All right, we're back at the farm. It's a little gusty out today, really warm out, so that breeze is very welcome. So what we got here, these are some Norway maples that my girlfriend had sprouted from her tree, and she just kind of dug up the little ones that were growing underneath, the little sprouts. So we got about 5 of those. I think we got 2, 4, 5, yeah. 5 of those. We're gonna get them into bigger buckets. We're gonna put some mulch on there, and we're gonna get them down into more of the nursery area. And I'm gonna go through some of this other stuff here too, like my large gala apples, and we're gonna try and get them down into more of the nursery area. So we'll go down there and I'll explain what I mean by nursery area. And then what I also have is I have some more gala apples. So I just happened to have my cousin bought a bag of apples, and then when she left the apples, and they all kind of started sprouting out. So I just took the seeds and might as well propagate them. So we're gonna see how well we did on this. So let me just open that up and we'll see how well. You can see there's just like sprouts all over the place. So we're gonna get them in buckets and we'll do a final count. But we're gonna mark these here as the Norway maples. And then as of, I think it was last week, and I did the Amur maples, we're gonna mark them too so that we know. And I got my trusty pen to do so. So let's get going. This work doesn't get done by itself. Right now I'm just kind of filling up my water tote and my pond a bit, and hoping for a nice rain is what we really need. But we get these sporadic rains, but let's get working. Let's get going. All right, just finished up the gala apples. It looks like we got 12 1-gallons. I just put the small ones that are just sprouts into 1 gallon, and then next year they'll go into the 2-gallon, which is these size here or bigger for the maples anyways, the maples for sure. But we'll try to sell these because now I have all these extra gala apples. I'm going to be selling them. So we're just going to continue on. I got 2 already done, and we are definitely putting mulch in each one to help keep the moisture in there. And yeah, we got 3 more. We're going to plant them up, and we'll get the maples are going to go down into the nursery, which is over by the shade where I did the Amur maples last week. It's over by that big tree there. So there's just a big line that comes all the way down. That's my plan. And then I made enough room so that I can just cut around it with the lawnmower. So, but they're on skids, so I can easily move them for whatever reason, whether I bring them in on the winter or just move them because the weeds are getting too bad or for whatever reason. So here is where a lot of my other gala apples are. These are some of my smaller ones in the back here. These tall ones here, there's some of my older galas. Those are some of my first ones that I did. They're doing really well. So right here I got one Fuji right there in the front, and I'm not sure, there's one right in the back there. I can't remember which that is, but the rest are galas, and I am marking them now. So we're just gonna fill up this skid here with well, as many as galas will fit there. So let's keep going. And yeah, I just spent a little time watering all my plants up here. Even though it's been raining, they're just not getting enough into the pot. So we're just watering up. So let's get back at it. I'll show you what we're up to. All right, they're put to rest here for now. And then I got most of them over here, and then a couple more over here because I didn't have any more room. And now we're just going to go down into the maple section, which is going to be the nursery, and I'll show you how many and what I have down there. Okay, down here, these are the maples I thought were big leaf maples, and I was wrong. They turned out to be silver maples. So we have a whole bunch of silver maples in here, and yes, I do have to do some serious weeding. I just haven't had the time or physicality to do it. But I want to get more skids and get these up on skids, because that way I can move them around. And they're too close, so I can't get back in there to cut the grass with the lawnmower. So I move it out, give myself a track big enough for the lawnmower. Bob's your uncle. So yeah, those are the silver maples. And then over here, obviously on our skid here, Amur maple and Norway maple. The Norway is obviously the ones that are growing. And the other ones here, we need to give them a good water. But these were just little sprouts, so we'll see how long it takes for them to come up. If they do, they may be too dry. I don't know. I've been giving them enough water. I'm going to go get some cedar mulch and put on top too as well. So that's about it for that. And then what I'm going to do, see, as you can see, just line them all up straight down here, a bunch of skids, and then maybe I can figure out some way to hang a drip line over top of it and attach it to my rain collection system. 24,000 liters of water when it's full. And then I can just open up a valve and just allow them to get watered. Now I'm living here on the farm now. I have finally, after 35 years, moved out of Hamilton. And here we are, hanging out in the food forest. So you guys stay safe. Come back next week. We're gonna make another video. I gotta always keep finding something to do, something to replace, something to fix. And that's all we're doing. Grapes over here. Anyways, come back, so we'll see you again.